Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I hope all of you can hear me. You can show thumbs up in the chat box, or you can show thumbs up on the virtual screen. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Taksh. So good evening, everyone. So in this session, we are here once again to discuss about NSO exam. What are the guidelines for NSO exam and how you should be preparing for your NSO exams? Okay. So first of all, I would like to know from which grade are you from and which state or city you have joined from. So could you please write in the chat box, like in which class are you currently? Please mention your grade and city in the chat box so that we are aware in which class are you currently. Great, great. So Pune, Advik is from Panchkula, class 5. Very good. Riyansh is from class 3, Pune, 5. So thank you so much. So we have arranged this session for grades 2 to 5. So we will be sharing guidelines and the pattern of questions. So we will discuss few questions in this session and we'll share the pattern of NSO exam for the upcoming exam, which is coming in 2025-26. So let's go ahead and start with the introduction first. So who we are, as most of you are aware that MTG is an academic partner for Science Olympiad Foundation. So we are MTG Learning Media Private Limited, who have been involved in preparing various content for your Olympiad preparation for NEET, JEE exam, CBSE exam, your CUET, school books, foundation series. So there are plenty of content which is being created by MTG Resources every year for these exams. There are 70 plus countries who have been using MTG books, where MTG books have been delivered. There are K-12 and there are books available from grade 1 to 12 in the test preparation category. There are more than 16 crores of copies have been sold. There are many institutes and teachers have been associated with MTG since long for their learning requirements and giving a good teaching experience to their students. So we have a dedicated resources of subject experts who have been creating such content and making students' life easier and helping them achieve their dreams and aspirations. Okay. So we all wish that you all succeed in your academics as well as in your career when you go ahead. So we are providing a helping hand to all of you in reaching your destinations. Okay. So what you get from this session, in this session, we will be discussing about like what is NSO exam, why Olympiad preparation needs special preparation, and the type of questions that comes in NSO for grades 2 to 5, and how MTG preparation classes are helpful. What are the toppers success strategy for NSO, for cracking the NSO exam? So without much delay, all of you please pay attention. so that you can have your preparation strategies and planning done accordingly, and according to your learning approach, or whatever approach suits you while you prepare for the exam. Okay, so first of all, let us understand what is NSO. NSO is a National Science Olympiad, though it is conducted at an international level, which is conducted by Science Olympiad Foundation every year, which is the largest Olympiad conducting body in the world. It has been conducting Olympiad exams in the 8 subjects like IMO, NSO, IEO, your IGKO, ICSO, your NCO, which is computers, your SSO, which is social science, and Hindi. So from last year, Hindi Olympiad has also been introduced. So there are 8 exams which are conducted by Science Olympiad Foundation every year, and lakhs of students all across the world, they have been participating it to get their recognitions, to compete at the world level, and generate that mindset that these platforms provide. So what NSO preparations helps you, it ignite your passion for the scientists. So those who are interested for scientific approaches, for learning new concepts in science, this provides a wonderful platform so that you have a deeper understanding of the subject. And it's not only that you just read the science for getting the marks. It's about your passion, which comes from the within. And you want to prepare for science by understanding the science at the deeper level, why this is happening, how this is happening. Okay, it gives an opportunity to shine on the world stage. It gives you a platform where you can compete with the students all across the world. So you can understand like how important and how recognized this exam is. We can master real science skills. So it's not about only learning few concepts. It's about thinking critically, solving problems, and exploring. So it creates a kind of mindsets which generate your critical thinking, your analytical skills, your observation skills, and generate the problem solving skills among the young learners. It helps you earn awards and recognition. So every year, SOF has given a lot of certificates, a lot of medals, lots of awards to all the top rankers in each exam category. And some of them get the cash awards and the gift vouchers, etc. Okay, it develops the winning habit. So when you give these kind of exams, and when you win, and or when you receive a good results, it gives you an inspiration to do much better, to be a disciplined and resilience, which are the basic skills to succeed in your life. Okay, so it develops a kind of habit right from the childhood. It gives you a confidence. So when you crack the exam, when you get some rank, or when you get some result, when you get some good result, it gives you a confidence, a kind of confidence which leads to do much, and to do more and more in the coming years. And also in the scientific exploration, like whatever, if you have interest in science concepts and building your knowledge for STEM, so it gives you a platform for that. Let's see the competitive landscape, like how many students participate. So 9 million students approximately participate every year into the Olympiad exam from more than 70 plus countries. Okay, so this year, the date for NSO exams are, you can note it down. This year, the dates will be 13th November, 27th November, and 11th December. So all those students who will be giving the NSO exam, I think your schools have not registered yet, but in the coming days or coming months, if they will be registering. So these dates, they will register in any of these 3 dates. So there are 3 dates for the exam, and your school will choose any one date as per their schedule and their convenience. And for that, on that particular date, your exam will fall on. Okay, so you can note it down. What were the dates for exam this year? Students, I'm not taking any query, but if you have any questions, meanwhile, you can write it in the chat box. So our team is there who will be replying to your queries. So I'm just explaining you first of all so that we can have an uninterrupted session. And towards the end of the session, we will have a Q&A round where we will allow you to ask your question and we'll clear your doubts. Okay. So here, this is the pattern, the table that you see. It is the pattern of questions and the marking schemes that is followed for your NSO exam. So you can see for class 1 to 4, there are 3 sections, like logical reasoning, science, and achiever section. In each section, you can see the number of questions, 5, 25, and 4. And for achiever section, you can see the number of marks per question are 2. So total 35 questions are there for grade 1 to 4. And the marks, total marks for these exams are 40. So this is 1 hour question. This is 1 hour paper. And there is no negative marking in this exam. So it is all the questions are MCQ based questions. That is, you have to choose any one option from the given 4 options. Okay. So this is for class 5 to 10. You can see the same 3 sections are there, but the science, the questions in each sections are more. In the achiever section, there are 5 questions, but in achiever section, you can see the marks per questions are 3. So total number of questions for grade 5 to 10 are 50, and you will be given marks out of 60. So it is also a 1 hour paper, and there is no negative marking. Okay. For 11th and 12th, it is divided on the basis of the science subjects like physics, chemistry, or maths, and accordingly, the questions are there. So you can see the pattern and the question paper scheme, which is followed for NSO exam. Okay, so here are the sections. I'll explain a little bit. Like what is the logical reasoning? तो first section जो हमने बताया था वो logical reasoning है. इसका purpose क्या है? How logical reasoning section is helping in creating in developing your critical thinking and pattern analysis. So this section evaluates your ability to think logically, analyze information, identify patterns, and solve problems that are not directly based on science curriculum. So the questions are from verbal and non-verbal reasoning, and it has a complete syllabus that you can because the logical reasoning questions are asked in every competitive exams. If you give your competitive exams even after class 12th, maybe it's NEET, JEE, or banking, or any kind of competitive exams which is there, logical reasoning questions are asked in every exam. So they are verbal or non-verbal reasoning questions. So what are the significance of it? You can see this section assess your general problem solving skills, which is crucial for scientific thinking. So it assess like how you solve the problem, how you observe the problem, and how you choose the problem, how you choose the solution to the problem. So this assess your crucial thinking, your problem solving skills for your scientific thinking. So which is required for scientific thinking approach. Okay. The number of questions are 5 for class 1 to 4 in this section, and the number of questions are 10 for class 5 to 10. Okay. Performing well here contributes significant to the overall score. So if you are preparing for the science exam, so you have to prepare well for the logical reasoning also, because it gives it gives a score. It gives a score to your to your results, because there are plenty of questions. You can see 5 and 10 questions are there. So it is important to prepare for logical reasoning also. Now, section 2 is science section, which has your science-based questions. So all the questions in this section are from the science syllabus of your respective classes. So it is based on the curriculum which is followed. The science topics are there, and the principles and the applications-based questions are there. Okay, the syllabus which is followed like CBSE, ICSE, or ISC, and the state board, which is followed in your respective schools. There are 25 questions for class 1 to 4, 35 questions for class 5 to 10 in this section. So third section which we have is achiever section. In achiever section, you will find questions which are higher order thinking skills question. That means you will have to analyze and think before answering, and it can have multiple subjects, or it can have multiple concepts interlinked with each other to make a complex scenario for the question. So this particular section has higher weightage, it has higher marks. So you have to prepare well, you have to practice well with the higher order thinking question, that is called HOTS question, which are asked in achiever section, because these questions are confusing sometimes, and you have to practice well before appear in the exam. Okay, so let's go ahead and see like what are the contents. So you can see the questions are more challenging and multi-conceptual in this section, and the number of questions are 5 for each classes. The two marks each for class 1 to 4 and 3 marks each for class 5 to 10, which I have already informed you earlier. Okay, there are different type of questions which are asked in NSO. It's not like you will be asked very straightforward question, or just explain this concept, or give me example of this type. So the questions are formed in such a way that you have to analyze the question and then come to the answer. So let's see what are the different type of questions that are asked. There are odd one out, the questions based on Venn diagram, there are graph-based questions, figure-based questions, statement-based questions, questions based on table. You will be given the table, questions based on chart, completing the missing flow, matching the columns. So there are several type of questions which are framed for specific Olympiad level. Okay. So we can refer to the previous year's papers to see what kind of questions that comes in NSO. Okay. Here today we have Gagan sir with us, who will be taking few questions of NSO exam, and he has been also taking classes for MTG Olympiad preparation for the physics and science section, and in fact logical reasoning also. So Gagan sir, over to you now, and please solve few questions and explain how to solve them smartly for the Olympiad preparation category. So over to you, Gagan sir. You can share your screen and start the questions.
Allowed to unmute.
I'll
Yes. Am
stop
I
my
audible, ma'am? Yeah.
Yes, sir, you are
Can
audible completely. So
Hi
students,
guys.
are you ready to solve the
Yes.
questions? Please show me your thumbs up.
Yes, I guess everyone is ready. Okay,
Yes,
guys.
yes, yes. So
So
let's
as ma'am
start with the
has
easy ones. Yeah.
Yes. So as ma'am has already mentioned, these are the different kind of question framing that will be there in your Olympiad exams. And let me tell you the actual purpose of putting these questions in this workshop. The purpose is not to know how much you know, like if you are able to solve this question. The purpose is to show you what sort of challenging problems would be coming in your future exams. How do you need to assess the problem? What are all those areas that you need to work on in your Olympiad preparation journey? Okay, so let me show you question number one. Okay, this question is based on the type odd one out. So here is the question. First of all, whenever you see a question, you have to read it carefully, read the whole statement carefully, layer it down in your head, and try to figure out what is the concept that is working behind this question. So let me read it out. This is a simple odd one out question. Each of the four given groups contains one odd member, which is encircled. On the basis of the type of food, select the option in which the odd member is encircled incorrectly. So there are various types of food, and as we see the options, because it is not written in the statement, so we'll have to observe the options. So we can see we have energy giving foods, we have bodybuilding foods, so we have different kind of foods. So accordingly, we will choose the odd one out. So the odd one out of this is the which one is incorrectly matched? Tomato. Why? Because papaya and tomato are protective foods while sugar is an energy giving food. Similarly, in other options, you have body building food, right? You have energy giving foods. So, out of all these options, you will have to assess and see which one is incorrectly encircled here. And out of these, C1 is showing us incorrect encircling because papaya and tomato go together and sugar should be the odd one out here. Okay. I'll also give you guys a chance in some of the questions. Okay, this is the problem based on Venn diagram. Okay, in these questions, they will be talking about some common properties, and you will have to assess those common properties and answer the question. Like here, study the given Venn diagram, observe the given Venn diagram, and select the correct option regarding plants X, Y, and Z and how the plants are categorized, which has edible leaves, edible seeds, edible fruits. And also, you will again have to go through each of the options to figure out what could be my X and what could be my Z. So here, X, Y, and Z, X has to be something which has edible leaves as well and edible seeds as well. And I quickly jump on the option B because fenugreek has edible leaves as well has edible seeds. And Z, let's see if kiwi fits Z. Has edible seeds, is an edible fruit? Yes. That is why the correct answer is option B. So you will have to jump through the options, figure out what could be your X, Z, or Y, see if it fits the given properties that is assigned to the particular Venn diagram. Okay. Okay, I will be giving this question out in the open, so you can answer this question, but in the chat box. Okay, so let's see who all can solve this question. First, I'll be telling you about the framing of this question. This is pretty easy one. Refer to the given flowchart and select the correct options regarding it. As we know, animals can be herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. So you just have to choose what could be the option one, what could be the herbivore, animal, carnivore, and omnivore. This is pretty easy. Let's see what all you have answered in the chat. And yes, majority of you are correct. The correct answer is option A. That is cow would be herbivore and omnivore would be bear. So A is the correct answer. And this tells you that there won't be just tough problems or difficult problems in your examination. So you have to scan the questions properly in your reading time. You will get the reading time also, so you have to scan the problems also quite quickly. And if in the first instance you are not getting any problem, you should not get stuck to it. You should move to the next problems because it is possible that towards the end of the paper you have problems like these. Okay, going ahead. And then there are figure based questions as well. Like they'll provide you a figure and you will have to decode that figure, and some question or some property would be asked related to that figure. Which bird has a type of beak shown in the picture? Now, again, you will have to use the options: sparrow, hoopoe, hummingbird, vulture. We know this looks like a flat, strong, and this is the beak that is there for sparrow because here also it's long and pointy. With hummingbird also you have a long and pointy, and vulture it is small, but it's look more flatter. That is why we would go with option B. Moving ahead, these are statement-based questions. Okay, so in again, this can be put in the category of figure-based questions as well. But based on the figure, some statements are given, and you will be asked if the what are the correct statements or what are the incorrect statements. So first, observe the given food chain: grass, grasshopper, frog, snake, eagle. So it's a cycle that is given to us. Now let's read out the statements. If the population of frog is removed, the population of grasshopper will increase definitely because frog wouldn't be there. Then no one will eat grasshopper and the population will increase. So this is correct. If the population of the eagle is removed, the population of the snake will increase. Absolutely correct. If the population of the grasshopper is removed, the population of both frog and eagle will increase. No, right? What would they eat? So this is actually the incorrect statement, and the correct answer here would be C, and the incorrect statement here is C. And when you will be presented with these questions, now you have to be very careful with this keyword. Whether they are asking for the correct statement or the incorrect statement, you have to be very careful. You have to read the question thoroughly. You have to read it in a very slow pace. Questions based on table. Again, the first thing that you have to do is observe the table, decode the information given in the table, then look at the options and figure out what can be your X, what could be your Y, what could be your Z. So obtained from fruit of a plant. So X has this property that it is obtained from fruit of a plant. It is worn in summer season, so I can see my eyes going on linen and cotton. Okay. Then coming to Y, obtained from stem of a plant, worn in summer season, and Z is obtained from an animal. So Z gives me that authority to go through the options. I know that this could be whole. Right. So option B and option C, what would be correct? Because X and Y both are worn in summer. So cotton and linen could be my best choice. So the correct answer here is option C. Questions based on chart. Now, these are typical sort of problems because you will have to first figure out the layering. First of all, study the given flowchart and identify P, Q, and R. What could be P, what Q, what could be Q, what could be R. And you always look for the breaking point in these problems. Look for that one breaking point that will ease out the question for you. Okay. So matter, yes. Fixed shape, yes. Then it will be called Q. If it has no fixed shape and then fixed volume, yes, then it will be called P. And if it does not have fixed volume and if it is easily compressible, then you will call it R. Now you will have to go through the options. Fixed shape, yes. Fixed shape, perfume, kerosene, rock, juice, eraser, brick, oxygen, ozone. So we have to look for Q. So we will check these. Eraser could be the thing and brick also could be here. Now going to P. Fixed shape, no. Fixed volume, yes. Fixed volume, yes. That means it can be a sort of liquid. That means juice can work out here. So juice, eraser can be working out here. And perfume also, you can think about this, but then R will give you the clarity. Easily compressible, that means has to be a gas, which is nitrogen. That is why the correct answer is A. So you have to look at each layering related with the options that is given to you and then choose the appropriate answer. Going ahead, questions based on relationship. So what sort of things are asked in this question? You will be given two things. They will be related to each other. These kind of problems also come in the logical reasoning section. So you have to first figure out the relation between them. After figuring out this relation, you have to apply the same relation on the third and the fourth element also. So you have to figure out whatever is at the first and second position, figure out, decode the relationship that is working there, and then apply the same relationship to third and fourth thing as well. Kidney and skin. Kidney and skin both are part of your excretory system. And brain and spinal cord both are parts of your nervous system. So same sort of relationship is working there. That is why the correct answer is option C. Moving ahead, again, I'm giving you the chance to read this question and answer in the chat box. I'll be reading it out, but I'm not telling you the right answer. So you can write the answer in the chat box for this particular problem. Let's see who all can do this problem. So you have to think about the processes that is happening here. And A stands for the process. Sorry. A stands for the process which is responsible for the formation of dew on the leaves in the water. B stands for the process is responsible for drying up of rivers during drought. So look for what is one, then two, then three, and then four. First is evaporation, right? Then three is condensation. Four is the water is flowing back into the river. So A would be responsible for the formation of dew on the leaves in the winter. This would be three, right? So A would be three, and it is only there in option A, right? And then it would be what? Which process is responsible for drying up of rivers during drought? It would be evaporation. So in the given picture, one, two, three, and four are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and runoff, respectively. Condensation is responsible for the formation of dew on the leaves and water. Evaporation is responsible for drying up of rivers during drought. And finally, the water goes back to the river. And this way, the cycle is continued. So this is what is happening. First, the water goes up via evaporation, that then it does what? It condensate and then it precipitates. So what is responsible for the formation of dew? The condensation, which is there in this, which is again in only option, which is D. That is why the correct answer would be D. Now, here are the sequence problems. What you have to do, you have to read all the statements and put them in order. Carbon dioxide and harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. So whole of the situation is represented around global warming. Temperature of the earth increases, fossil fuels are burnt, greenhouse gases trap the sun's heat and prevent it from escaping to escape. So what would be your first process? First process obviously will be this. Fossil fuels are burnt. So third would be your first step. So this and this gets excluded. Now after this, either one or either two would come. Let's read out the statement one. Carbon dioxide, harmful gases are released into the atmosphere. And the second statement is temperature of the earth increases. First, one has to happen. Then the second would come. So from here, the correct answer could be only option A. This is it, and we have tried to cover the maximum kind of questions that are asked in the examination. But again, I would tell you the purpose of these questions was to let you know what sort of skills you have to develop, what sort of thinking you have to develop, and how to actually observe the question, how the questions are formed, and what will be those areas that will be checked when you will be sitting in examinations such as science Olympiads or maths Olympiads or any Olympiads if you sit for that. Over to you, ma'am. I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gagan sir, for sharing few questions about NSO. So students, this was about the type of questions that Gagan sir has explained, which are generally asked in Olympia. So there can be more complex questions than that, but it all depends on the grade level sensitivity. So we have chosen few questions from easy to medium or some difficult level, so that you understand like what kind of questions comes in Olympiad exam and what kind of approach you should follow to find out the answers in the least possible time. So this comes with the practice. It's not about, it's only one day learning or one day memorization. It's about the practice that you follow in your day-to-day routine. Okay. So I hope these questions help you in understanding the pattern, applying the knowledge, and time management. Like you have to solve these questions in the minimum number of times so that you have enough space for attempting all the questions as well as for revising it once before finally submitting your question paper. Okay. So these are a few techniques that students follow. As promised, I'm going to discuss few of the strategies that topper students follow. Anybody can become the topper. It's not about only few gifted students. I understand there are 1 or 2% students who are gifted with a different kind of IQ skills, but anybody can be a topper if they follow certain strategies, certain guidelines, certain discipline, and make their in their day-to-day habits. So number one is master the concepts. Okay, so first of all, read the concepts thoroughly. It's not about only learning, it's not about only memorization, it's about understanding the concept deeply and aim to grasp the why behind the scientific principle. Like if this is happening, why this is happening, like condensation is happening, why condensation is happening, and how it happens. Okay, so try to find out the logic behind each concept. So master the concepts, understand the exam pattern. So this was number one. Number two is एग्जाम पैटर्न को समझना बहुत जरूरी है. ठीक है, आप जो एग्जाम देने जा रहे हो, चाहे वो स्कूल का एग्जाम हो, चाहे वो एनएसओ का एग्जाम हो, या कोई भी कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम हो, अगर आप उस एग्जाम पैटर्न को समझे बिना स्टार्ट करेंगे, सो यू विल नॉट गेट द डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स. Okay, so first of all, understand the exam pattern, like what all I just explained you in the beginning, like what all sections are there, what all questions, type of questions are there, what is the marking scheme. So understand the pattern and then practice with the past papers. So follow just to see what kind of questions comes. Practice with the past year papers. Solve at least 5 years papers to get a good grasp of the questions that are asked in Olympiad exams. Okay, it will give you a kind of confidence and it will give you a kind of awareness about the questions. It like when you sit in the exams, आपको ये नहीं लगेगा कि ओ ये इस तरह का questions तो मैंने कभी देखा ही नहीं है. तो जब आप प्रीवियस ईयर पेपर्स के क्वेश्चन आप सॉल्व करोगे, सो यू आर ऑलरेडी फेमिलियर विद द फॉर्मेट और यू विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड द क्वेश्चन क्विकली, क्योंकि एनालिसिस बहुत जरूरी है इन क्वेश्चंस में. आपको स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्वेश्चंस नहीं पूछे जाएंगे, तो उस क्वेश्चंस का एसेंस क्या है, उस क्वेश्चन का मतलब क्या है, रीड ईच एंड एवरी लाइन केयरफुली, give a pause after reading the question and analyze it carefully. ठीक है, तो ये सारे स्टेप्स जो आप करेंगे ये एक दिन में नहीं आते, इट्स अ हैबिट. आपको प्रैक्टिस करना होगा along with योर कॉन्सेप्ट. तो अभी जैसे आपके अगर क्लास स्कूल में सिलेबस शुरू हो गया है, कुछ बच्चों के नए सेशन शुरू हो गए हैं, कुछ लोगों के मे बी जून से शुरू होंगे, तो जैसे जैसे आपका चैप्टर कंप्लीट होता जा रहा है स्कूल में साइंस का, तो अंडरस्टैंड दैट कॉन्सेप्ट केयरफुली. आप अभी आपके पास बहुत टाइम है, तो अगर आप अभी से आप शुरू करोगे तो यू कैन प्रिपेयर योर नोट्स. एक अपना हर सब्जेक्ट का आप एक नोटबुक बना सकते हो. ठीक है, आप सेल्फ स्टडी, जैसे स्टूडेंट जनरली जो मतलब सेल्फ स्टडी करते हैं, दे प्रिपेयर देयर ओन नोट्स, उनकी हैबिट होती है ये. ठीक है, तो आपने एक चैप्टर पढ़ा, उस चैप्टर के 10 इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट्स आप अपने माइंड में रिकॉल करो और उसको फिर आप अपने नोट्स के फॉर्म में लिखते जाओ. ठीक है, उससे क्या है, आपका एक नोट्स प्रिपरेशन भी होता जाएगा. आप उसको चाहे तो चार्ट्स के फॉर्म में बना सकते हो, ग्राफ्स के फॉर्म में बना सकते हो, तो वो एक समरी, एक पॉइंट्स के रूप में आप लिखते जाओ उसको. ठीक है, उसके बाद क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करना शुरू करो. सबसे पहले स्टार्ट विद द इजी क्वेश्चंस, उसके बाद थोड़ा सा टफ क्वेश्चंस लो और उसके बाद और टफ क्वेश्चंस लो. सो इस तरह से अंडरस्टैंड कि आपने उस कॉन्सेप्ट को कितना ग्रास्प किया है. ठीक है, उसके लिए रिसोर्सेज भी अवेलेबल हैं, आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू लेटर. ठीक है, तो कॉन्कर द क्लॉक विद मॉक टेस्ट, मतलब मॉक टेस्ट अटेम्प्ट करो एज मेनी एज मॉक टेस्ट. देर आर मॉक टेस्ट लाइक टाइमर लगा के 1 घंटे का टाइमर लगाओ, एग्जैक्ट पैटर्न पे क्वेश्चन पेपर्स अवेलेबल हैं. आप चाहे तो प्रीवियस पेपर क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो या फिर मॉक टेस्ट सॉल्व करो. आप टाइमर लगा के मॉक टेस्ट करना शुरू करो. आप देखो क्या 1 घंटे में आप पेपर सॉल्व कर पाते हो. आई अंडरस्टैंड ये मॉक टेस्ट आप तभी कर पाओगे जब आपने सिलेबस कवर कर दिया हो. ठीक है, तो एक बार आप सिलेबस कवर करने के बाद स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिसिंग विद द क्वेश्चंस. ठीक है, टारगेट द अचीवर सेक्शन. सो स्टूडेंट, अचीवर सेक्शन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. देर आर हायर ऑर्डर थिंकिंग स्किल्स क्वेश्चंस जो कि उन क्वेश्चंस का फॉर्मेट थोड़ा सा कॉम्प्लेक्स होता है, तो आप व्हेन यू अंडरस्टैंड दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, व्हेन यू प्रैक्टिस विद दीज काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, यू विल फाइंड देम इजी टू. ठीक है. Choose the resources wisely. So there are plenty of resources available. Utilize NSO specific workbooks. So there are workbooks available from MTG, which is an official academic partner. So workbook में आपको chapter wise questions मिल जाएंगे for your practice. ठीक है. There are prep guides also, जिसमें theory भी है, questions भी हैं practice के लिए, और एक achiever section HOTS questions भी उसमें दिए हुए हैं. So prep guide is for theory. Okay. And previous year's papers you can solve. Start early and stay consistent. बहुत से लोग सोचते हैं कि अभी तो एग्जाम में बहुत टाइम है, सितंबर में एग्जाम है, नवंबर में एग्जाम है, तो मैं 15 दिन पहले पढ़ लूंगा. ठीक है. तो ये स्ट्रैटेजी सबके साथ काम नहीं करती. मे बी few God gifted people are blessed with such planning. तो वो 15 दिन में पढ़ के और दे गेट गुड मार्क्स, दे गेट डिसेंट मार्क्स. लेकिन अगर आपको एक टॉपर की तरह पढ़ना है या आपको एक डिसिप्लिन वे में पढ़ना है, तो आप थोड़ा, चाहे आप छोटा छोटा सेगमेंट ही पढ़ो, आप थोड़ा थोड़ा टाइम निकालो, पर स्टे कंसिस्टेंट एंड डिसिप्लिन विद योर लर्निंग्स. ठीक है. आप एक प्लानर बना लो कि मुझे 3 महीने के अंदर ये अपने खत्म करने हैं, सिलेबस खत्म करने हैं. आई विल गो थ्रू इट, आई विल सॉल्व द क्वेश्चंस. सो डू एवरी बिट of this task every day. ठीक है. Not every day, at least alternate day you can try if you want, because you have time right now. So make revision a habit. Revision, आप अगर एक कॉन्सेप्ट आपने पढ़ लिया और 1 महीने तक आपने उसे टच भी नहीं किया, so you will forget that. So this is a human capacity that cannot keep things which you have learned so many years back. There could be something which you revise again and again. तो रिवीजन से क्या होता है कि आपको वो कॉन्सेप्ट बार बार आप रिवाइज करते जाओगे, तो वो कॉन्सेप्ट आपका स्ट्रॉन्ग होता जाएगा. और हो सकता है एक बार आपने पढ़ा तो आपको उसमें कुछ चीजें समझ ना आई, मगर जब अगली बार आपने पढ़ा तो वो चीज आपको जो क्लियर नहीं थी वो क्लियर हो गई. ठीक है. तो इसलिए इट्स नॉट कि एक बार आपने पढ़ लिया तो हो गया. मेक रिविजन अ हैबिट. इट्स अ हैबिट. ठीक है. इट्स नॉट कि एक बार हो गया इट्स फिनिश, हम एग्जाम टाइम में एक बार और रिवाइज कर लेंगे, इट्स फिनिश. सो रिविजन करते रहना चाहिए, अपने आप को टेस्ट करते रहना चाहिए. ठीक है. और एक्सप्लॉइट योर वीकनेसेस. तो आप जो प्रैक्टिस पेपर सॉल्व कर रहे हो, जो मॉक टेस्ट सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, उसमें आपको पता चलता रहेगा कि किस सेक्शन में आप वीक हैं या किस एरिया में आपको और ज्यादा प्रिपेयर करने की जरूरत है. कोई पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक है जो आपको समझ नहीं आ रहा या उसके क्वेश्चंस आप सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहे, तो ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट योर वीक एरियाज, जहाँ पे आपको और अच्छा सा फोकस करने की जरूरत है और उसको प्रिपेयर करने की जरूरत है. ठीक है. Then cultivate a winner's mindset. So winner's mindset क्या होता है? They stay positive, they are problem solving, they are motivated even when they face challenges. तो challenges are everywhere. छोटे क्लासेस में छोटे challenges होते हैं, बड़े क्लासेस में when you grow there are big challenges. Okay. So it's not that anyone can be without challenges. Challenges are everywhere. So it's how you deal with those challenges. It's make you a winner or loser. Okay. So try to develop that habit so that you are winner. Okay. Have healthy foods. Be physically active, do play also, and do other activities also. It's not that only about learning. So try to keep a balance of each and everything that is surrounded. And one thing which is very important, I know that you have been science students giving science exams, and so staying glued to the screen is also not a good idea. I know many of you like playing games on your mobile or tab or whatever screens you have. And so these are the distractions. These are the day-to-day distractions. So keep yourself away from these distractions so that you can focus on your learnings. Okay. Let's go ahead and see how we can help you in preparing for these exams. So MTG, which is the content partner for Olympiad preparation. So we have been involved in preparing various kind of content in the physical book format, and there are online classes format also, which is running successfully from last 4 years. And we have mentored over 10,000 students for the exam preparations. So in these classes, you will be getting effective strategies to solve questions. So today we had just solved few questions, very easy level questions. But in the live classes, there will be concept explanations. So the syllabus of SOF, NSO will be, science syllabus will be covered along with the practice questions of Olympiad levels. There are thoughts questions also discussed in the class. There will be regular assessments in the class. There will be time management tips and tricks that will be taught. There will be doubt sessions, doubt solving sessions, concept building classes, Olympiad champions community. So you will get a group of students where you will compete in the class, and you will work to, I mean, you will solve questions with them. So these are the interactive classes, completely interactive classes where you get to interact with the teacher. You can ask your doubt from the teacher and solve questions in the class along with the concept learning. So what are the features? I have already told you. There for NSO, we have 22 to 25 live sessions along based on the grade and syllabus. There are dedicated doubt sessions, practice with Olympiad-based HOTS questions also. There are assignments after every class. There is a weekly test every week till the live session is there. There are PDF worksheets which are downloadable. Topic-wise worksheets will be given. There are notes, class notes, which will be available for the after-class study. So all this content will be available in the digital format through student app, which we will provide to all the students who enroll for the online live classes. And there will be recordings access. So these recording access will be given till the entire academic year, which is till March 31st, 2026. So let me tell you proudly that approximately 60% students who have been part of online classes, they have qualified for the Olympiad Level 2 exam also. Okay, here is the schedule that is going to for the live classes for NSO. For class 2, 3, 4, you can see the timings are 5 to 6 p.m. The start date is 24th April. So NSO classes will be starting from 24th April on days Monday and Thursday. For class 5, the timing is 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on days Monday and Thursday. So number of sessions you can see, and the classes are starting from 24th of April. So this was about online classes module and guidance to prepare for the NSO exams. If you have any questions, you can reach out to us through this mail ID, which is there on the screen, or this mobile number, which is there on the screen. So I would request the team to please drop a Google Form link also in the chat box if they are interested for the online classes, so they can fill up the form, and our team will get in touch with them and will give all the details and the personalized guidance, like how you can enroll for the classes and what all benefits you can get, and how you can prepare for the NSO exam. Okay. Okay, if there are any questions. Okay, if there are any questions, you can write in the chat box. Sorry, I just checked the chat box now. Few of them were asking for to speak in English only. So I'm sorry. Because we got to know that the students are from each and every state. So that's why we had used a mix of language. But I'll keep in mind. Okay. Exam dates once again, please share the exam dates once again. I'll share the exam dates. So exam dates for NSO this year are, you can see on the screen, they are 13th November, 27th November, and 11th December. So these are the exam dates released by SOF for this year. Okay, those who think the time is not suitable for them, so this is the timing for this batch, for first batch, which is starting from 24th. And the days are Monday and Thursday for science classes. So classes will be there till month of July. So approximately 3 months classes are there. And the timings and everything, you can check it on the website. So timings are fixed for this batch. But if you have any time preference, you can let us know. We will keep you notify. We will notify you whenever next batch is there with preferred timing. Sarika is asking, please let me know whether your facilities will clear the doubts personally while class was running. So in the live class, we teacher will explain the concept. They can ask the question from the students, like just to see if they are attentive enough and if they have understood the concept well. And student can ask their doubts if the teacher is explaining, but we request the students and parents to be attentive also. I mean, this is a request from parents to make their child sit properly when they are attending the class, because I understand the small grade students, they are still learning, they are developing habits to learn, so they can be easily distracted. So this is a request for them to be a little helping hand in the beginning years so that they are fully focused in the class. Okay. Yeah, doubts will be taken in the class. Because these classes are not only one-way classes that like only teacher is explaining and students are listening. So these are the interactive classes in which, because that's why we have kept the batch size low. It is 20 to 25 students only in a batch, and they will get to connect with the teacher, they get to ask their questions, they get to ask their doubts. I understand science students have lot many doubts, and they have curiosity to learn, so we respect that curiosity and let the students to ask the questions in the class also. Okay, okay. Can we get the recorded classes in case we miss? Neha ma'am, yes, the recorded classes access will be there. The recordings is updated on the student portal within 24 hours. And the recordings access will be there till the entire session. That is your March next year. So student can revise topic anytime till their exam, even the level two, for the other exams. Okay, when will be the latest curriculum books are available? So new books are available. They will be released. They are in the process of updating on the website. So the new workbooks, prep guide, and new content for the academic session 25-26 is available within this week. So most probably by today or tomorrow, you will get to know like Olympiad workbooks, Olympiad prep guides, new edition books have been released. So if you are on MTG website, or if you have purchased anything from MTG website earlier, then you will be notified about this announcement. Okay, let me see if any other questions. Okay, I hope there are no other questions. So, okay, Balanandan, can you please tell me which class and subject are you looking for so that our team will reply with the course fee and everything? What are the books have to buy for online classes? Dhruv, you are asking books will be along with the course or has to buy separately. So there is no physical material available with the online classes. There will be class notes which teacher will explain in the class. They will be given in the digital form in the through the online portal where you can read it online. There is no physical material with the online classes. All material which is provided along with the online classes is in the digital format only. If you want to refer to the physical books, you can purchase the physical books separately, like your workbook, your prep guide, or your previous year's papers. Okay, Balanandan, our team will get in touch with you with the query to enroll into classes for math, science, and logical reasoning. So has to shop physical material or class material will be enough. So it completely depends on you, sir, if you want to purchase a physical material also, because in the online classes you will be provided with the class notes. The teacher will explain the concepts, and similar same PPT class PPT will be given as in the online format through portal, and there will be practice questions. So in the class there are questions, in after the class in the form of assignments there are questions. There will be weekly test in which all olympiad based questions are there, and there will be worksheets in which questions are there. So I mean, we in the class we have provided a complete package to prepare for your Olympiad level exam. But if you want to have more practice, or if you want to practice with more number of questions, we can refer to workbook for chapter wise practice. We can refer to your for theory part. If you want to refer to the prep guide, you can take the prep guide, and previous years papers I will suggest you to purchase, because it if you want to purchase, if you want to practice with lots of questions from previous years, then it's better to purchase the previous year's book. Okay, I'll just share the screen once again. The topper success strategy. So if anybody, if you want to take the screenshot, they can take it. Thank you so much, dear students and parents, for showing your energy, for attending the session and participating into it, for solving questions. And we, as MTG Learning Media, are always there to help you for any query related to your Olympiad preparation courses or Olympiad preparation material. So our team is there. You can reach out to us through MTG helpline numbers, or you can reach out to us through the numbers or mail ID that we have given. And so we can wrap up the session now. If there are still any question, then please leave message in the chat box so that I can take your question. Or if anybody, sorry. Okay, if anybody has any question, they can raise their hand so that I can unmute and take the query. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Pooja, ma'am, yes, you can ask your question. Yeah, I have unmuted you.
Ma'am,